All right. Neyith of the Dire Hunt. Jumpstart card here, 3/3 for 4. Whenever one or more creatures you control fight or become blocked, you draw a card. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 3. If you do, double target creature's power. That creature must be blocked this combat if able. So notable rules about Brawl and deck building. This card has green-red in its text box here, which makes this a green-red commander. So we get just to play a bunch of green-red thick friends here. It's a lot of really big monsters that are going to kill your opponent quickly, and they'll want to chump block, and if they're chump blocking them, we'll get to draw cards. And then obviously we have a lot of the different fight spells as well to pair with that. This deck is playing... Ooh, it might be time to play Cut Some Spells for Lands, chat. It's my favorite game. This one's not quite as greedy as the last one we just looked at, but 34, 36 lands. We have some mana creatures. This is 37, I guess. I'm gonna cut a couple of things for some lands here. What do we want to do to fit some mana in here? There's a Kazandu Mammoth. Okay, so it's 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. I think we're still at least one short. There's an Ambush 2, 39, 40. Maybe we're okay. Maybe there's 2 more hiding in here. I'm going to cut Wilt for 1 more land. Are there creature lands in here? There's a Lair of the Hydra. I'm going to put a Den of the Bugbear in. Alright, let's play some games. Hey, thanks for the follow and for the brand new sub, Wild. Hope you're having a good afternoon. Gitrog monster. Alright, so we're almost assuredly the beatdown here. This hand looks fine. Play recovery on 1 and pass. See if we can find a mana dork here. We did not. My profile page on Untapped has everything that we've played on Arena on it. Note that commander stuff are considered events, not the normal constructed ladder. The default profile defaults to showing you ladder stats. Another creature enters battlefield. Its controller may draw a card if its power is greater than each other creature's power. Add X mana, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So this does ramp us to start, which is nice. I would love to draw a card. Thank you for asking. Gutsword is a little scary, depending on how much ramp they have, and Gitrog monster would imply a good amount of ramp, I imagine. Oh no! Gitrog draws a card off of Heart. I'm just gonna Hour Promise. Let's put this into play first, and then we'll go get Field of the Dead. Probably plus a Fabled Passage. Yes! Yeah, the interface on Heart there was very good, for sure. Oh, they missed the land drop last turn after they played Gitrog Monster. It's a little bold to play out, considering it makes them sacrifice a land. It makes a lot of mana, yeah. I have to imagine this is probably a pretty busted mono green commander, huh? You just like put a bunch of fatties in your deck. I haven't hit 6 lands yet, so we still have a window. Oh, I should have killed the Gut Swarm last turn with this, right? I say I still have a window to kill this Gut Swarm. I should have killed it last turn. Oh, I would have drawn a card if I did this first, right? This is where I'd put my oops emote if I had one. Alright, I'm gonna play Ceratops to save face. It's fine, chat. We just wanted to play Ceratops this turn. Oh no! I didn't fetch a Snow Mountain and then we drew Blizzard Brawl, chat. Oh no. Okay, Cultivate will give us a Snowland for next turn so we can kill the Gitrog at least. Oh no! Man, that small mistake on the fetch land really snowballed hard, huh? Maybe I'm supposed to kill Massacre Wurm there, actually. Yeah, it's probably what I'm supposed to do is kill Massacre Wurm. So I can double the power on this, and then we can give it trample too. It's pretty good with trampling monsters. Sweet game of Magic. I had some... Still close. They can kill 2 creatures. We do die here. Oh, we're just getting rid of the evens. Got it. I don't have any creature land signing down here, unfortunately. Oh, I had Lair. That's fine. I don't really want to edict them off of this. We did have Lair. There's so many little things down here, chat. I think I'd rather play these rather than force them to jump with this. Well, this is already much sweeter than the disaster that is Saurian. Layer and then fought the Druid is hexproof. And I didn't miss that part. The Druid is hexproof. Hey, Vera Mortis, thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a ton of great people making a ton of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Thank you, honey love. Does the Cartouche give trample too? You might be right. I'm going to be honest, I can't close my eyes and tell you the text on Cartouche, so it probably does do that. I'm gonna mute briefly here while I eat the food that my wife was wonderful enough to bring me. If you want to hear the eating sounds, that's still allowed on OnlyFans, so make sure you check out my OnlyFans for the eating sounds if you're into that. Thanks, Apiki, for the 17 months. Welcome back. So, Twitch partner contracts are exclusive for... I think I want Hydra. Unless I haven't played anything on it yet. Let's take the Vizier. Twitch partner contracts are exclusive for live streaming. However, you can do pre-recorded content. So, I think OnlyFans technically has a streaming component built in. You would be against your Twitch partner agreement to utilize that. Pre-recorded content, photos, whatever else. You can do anything else on any other platforms outside of Twitch and still be a Twitch partner. This is not legal advice, and if you have questions about your Twitch partner contract, you should consult the contract you sign and not me. Thanks for the 20 months, Comic. Welcome back. Hey, I'm glad you've been enjoying it. Yeah, Brawl's been fun. Real breath of fresh air. For sure. We made a bunch of burrito stuff last night. So she heated me up a burrito bowl.
Losing everything again. Come to me.
These are particularly exciting. Gets back something that costs 3 or less. This can come into play and fight this. We get to draw a card. And then Neyith can get in. This card's pretty absurd with our commander, huh? We get to do... This turn is gross. So this fights this. We draw a card. We drop a land. We drop Questing Beast. This shoots this. This fights this. We draw a card. And then we get to attack for 10, 13 here. Yeah, this deck is way sweeter than the Mopey Sorin aggro deck.
Meet my newest friend.
Alright, I think we keep the Mammoth, right? Because the Mammoth will eat this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This will be 10. So I can do this. And have this fight this. We draw a card. And we can Mammoth. This fights this. We draw a card. I could have also down-ticked Vivien and then used this here, but then I draw fewer cards. And chat, I want to draw the cards.
You can't stop nature.
Did you really play optimally if you didn't draw as many cards as possible? This green deck is drawing a lot of cards. It's probably part of the reason why I'm enjoying it. It's pretty unlucky you have to discard to hand size.
again.
Emperor Palpatine, thanks for the follow. Hope your move back to college goes well, Bread Boxer. We'll be around when once you're all settled in. That's sweet, right? We have turn 2. I actually don't have a second untapped land. Okay, if we draw a land, we have turn 2 Domri. Yes, that was a free block I clicked through. Well, the Fabled Passage means I guaranteed can't play Domri on 2.
Let's just fight.
Oh, on turn 2? Yeah, maybe. I don't know, I can still just do this, right? Do I want to trade Domri for their Dean? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to make a mana here. Because next turn, the Passage will be untapped. And then I can play Neyith, and we'll draw a card when we fight with Domri. This gives them the chance to get a 1/1 counter with this on something, but drawing a card has a nice upside for us. Wow, that's brutal. Was not expecting that. Okay. Pretty punished for my sequence here.
We will rise again.
I think we just get this down. Giant Killer's a good one. Clunky mana is probably going to be the death of us this game. I just spent way too much time fumbling around. Yeah, with the Giant Killer in hand. We're just too far behind. The turn they had the Unbreakable formation to force the kill on our Planeswalker was very, very good. think if that hadn't happened and we'd been able to use Domri as a piece of removal and to draw a card, we might have been okay there. Yeah, our mana was not kind to us there at all. It's been good so far, Jack. Can we mulligan this with no early plays, especially on our free mulligan? This is fine, right? Not amazing, but fine. Depends on the deck, full effect. So, like, for example, this deck gets to play, like, Hour of Promise and other things that search for Field of the Dead, which I think makes it worthwhile. If you're, like, a non-green 2-color deck and you're never searching for Field of the Dead, it's probably not worth doing for the few amount of games that you'll draw it. But, like, this deck, for example, has, like, 3 or 4 virtual copies of Field, essentially. Yeah, I was supposed to fetch Forest there, so I had untapped land on 3. Thinking about murdering my elf here. Enters the battlefield, you control. Enters the battlefield, control 4 or greater. So... Huh. Yeah, if I would have sequenced my lands better, we could have had an untapped land this turn. Need to, like, take a deep breath and think those through better. I think I just want to Primal Might this turn and take their thing off the table. I'm gonna fetch my red source now.
Scared. Oh, they're so cute.
Mr. Sin is quite elegant here. Gets to smash their face and their planeswalker.
I see myself out.
Yeah, I think I just want to deal with their board. The Awaken the Blood Avatar gets pretty scary if we give them room to get a bunch of creatures out. So I think every opportunity I have to keep their board small has a lot of value to it. Questing Beast, if we're able to keep Llanowar Elves in play, lines up very well against this, because it's a 3/6, or 4/4 with Death Touch is nice. But if they have a way to, like... Oh, wait, the Devil dying... Ooh, this is about to be real bad for us, because the Devil's gonna die, which kills the Elf. And then we have to sacrifice off the Questing Beast. Oh, they missed the line! Yeah, this is huge. Opponent could have Blood Avatared, used this trigger to kill this, and then we would have had to sacrifice the Questing Beast. Pretty big deal that they missed that. But have a shot here now. Might still be dead because Blood Avatar is real good. And we lost the Questing Beast, but we're not just dead, at least. So Rhonas draws us a card, but then it doesn't really do anything. Let's start with that and see what we draw. Lightning Bolt. Let me think I'm gonna Hydra here. So I have an extra thing to sacrifice. Make their board a little smaller. Because Savage Smash can let Rhonas fight and kill the Blood Avatar token next turn. They can get a pretty decent sized hit in this turn. They can, like, Blood Avatar, sack 2 things, kill the elf with the trigger. I sacrifice the Hydra. They hit me for 6, 7, 8, 9. But then I have Bolt plus Savage Smash. Ooh, they can even just sacrifice only one thing here to leave a lot of creatures left over to cast this again the following turn. They get Blood Avatar, only sacrifice the devil. Yeah, untapped land would be the best possible. Wonder what they're doing with the rest of their mana here. Must have another spell they can cast on. So we take 8 here, down to 12. Think we just Bolt plus Savage Smash this turn? And this can't attack, unfortunately. They could fire up Den of the Bugbear here. We're definitely behind still. Oh gosh, that lets them Avatar, doesn't it? They wanted to dunk their whole board. It does get commander taxed, but Arena automatically factors that in when it's a little confusing when you're looking at it because the cost it shows here is the cost assuming you sacrifice your entire board to it. You haven't seen the opponent's archetype. It's really sweet. It's one of the ones that we played yesterday or the day before. It's up on the YouTube channel. The opponent's made a few mistakes this game. Probably just someone newer, doesn't have a lot of experience with the deck. A lot of little things you can miss. Like, they probably had it in their head that they couldn't cast this last turn, and then they didn't realize that the thing gave them exactly enough mana. So, stuff like that happens. People miss it. Yeah, or they have something else going on and they're distracted currently. Definitely a possibility as well. So this comes into play and draws us a card. That was not... If we would have drawn another green or black thing so we could play Clothis out, we would have been okay here. Maybe. We need another green or red pip, so this could become a creature for us. So I suppose we do this, and then I'm gonna pay to make them block. So I can kill this. Yeah, I think we're dead to the Den of the Bugbear. I have to draw like an elf or a goose here, basically. Oh, and that kills it, and then I lose this too. Oh, the spider's in menace as well. Yeah, I definitely think the opponent's archetype with Extus is the best aggressive deck I've played in this format so far. I don't think it's close. It's very powerful. Sharon's here. Thanks for the follow. Good afternoon. Opponent missed a couple of small things and still very thoroughly put us in the ground. Sure. This does give trample. Look at that. So they can Yarok here if they want. Explore resolves. Think we want to just get our Planeswalker going?
Something smells rotten.
That was the point in that time warp. They were hoping to draw a land.
I call, and Ikoria answers.
So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll have 5 devotion to green. So next turn I can like play Nylea and then use her to fight Yarok because she's indestructible. Turn 2 permanents from your graveyard. They just have to Mythos to draw a land. Wow, that's like big sad. World's worst lay the land. Right, and this makes my creatures cheaper, so I can play Paradise Druid off the top still thanks to Vivien. Feel like the weight matchmaking for this deck is wrong. Why is that? It's felt like we've had a chance in basically every game we've played today, which probably means it's doing alright. Well, that was gross.
It's a beautiful day. I was raised by wolves. Though they might have also just been big dogs.
I think the Tatova deck is very good. And the number of colors you're playing doesn't necessarily indicate your power level. Most of the green-based commanders based around ramp are top tier in this format.
I'm not finished with you. Not by
Man, what a brutal sequence. My other thing that I've learned from talking to people about this format is basically everybody thinks their deck is much worse than it actually is and wants easier matchups. Chat, deck strength matchmaking doesn't mean you're supposed to win all of your matches. In fact, if the deck strength matchmaking's working correctly, you should be winning about half of them.
Every day is a new mutation.
Kari B, thanks for the 2.5 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Our opponent is playing all of the rude cards, chat.
Ikoria answers.
Whew. My bad deck is the best worst deck, so therefore it should win all its matchups. I mean, like, I know you're joking, but I feel like that's the implication I get from a lot of people, hearing them talk about their matchmaking. When I have this attack into here, if they want to trade their elf for this, I get to draw another card because it got blocked and we still trample on the Vivien for a bit. But Jeff, I'm too smart to lose against fair matchups. Yep. But with a little bit of missequencing here, ending up with me drawing a card when I didn't necessarily need to.
Making new friends.
Huh. So I can go Terror into Toski, and then I have a blocker, and Toski pokes Vivien for 1.
Things are about to get out of hand for you.
Nope. That one felt close until it wasn't. River's Rebuke into Casualties of War into Steal Your Planeswalker is just so much tempo. Without knowing the opponent is going to attack there to draw a card. Well, they could have, after I declared attackers before they declared blockers, Coder Chris, destroyed my commander and then blocked my 4/4. So what you're implying doesn't have to be the case. So something very aggressive, I'd wager here. These red aggro decks are probably the right way to approach aggro in this format. That was a great draw. Oh, they used the elf for mana. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you're right. That wasn't a mistake then. You're correct. I missed that part of the sequence I was talking about it. Thank you for the correction. Listen, chat, I think a lot of these aggro decks are pretty good, but put more lands in them for the love of God. Your win rate will go up so much if you can cast your spells. If we draw a land we don't already have in play, we can Field of the Dead next turn. I think without drawing that, I just go ahead and play Tuski here. Gets to block for 1 turn. So this has to attack. Okay, so... Huh. Do we just Carnage Tyrant? I guess our promise gives us more mana for next turn, which is appealing. Thanks for the 2 years, Mamad. Come back. I kind of like Field of the Dead plus a gain 1 land. Confident Field of the Dead was the correct play. I feel like if they're conceding to Field of the Dead, they're probably gonna have a bad time in the sweaty bracket. Because I'd imagine Hazard's probably a pretty higher tier commander. Hazard and Tormund are both pretty aggressive. Hey, thanks for the sub gift, Blackfisk. Use Mystic Reflection, Omnath into a forest. That's good stuff right there. I think I have to mulligan this with no plays here, right? Johnny Greathearted tends to be an aggressive champion. I guess this also doesn't really have plays. We should have gone to 6. I need good karma to get Pokemon with better IVs. It's a long, hard grind. Depending on what you're trying to catch, I'd be happy with like 96%ers or so. A lot of the things I have built are like 96, 97. My few like 99s or perfects are like very few and far between. Sirfetch'd. Sirfetch'd is alright in the 2500 league. I have one of those built. Yes, you only experience the commander tax if you send it back to the command zone. Hey, look, a distraction.
Something smells rotten. Wait, that might be me. Any skirmish you can walk away from, right?
That's really good. They're gonna have 2 4/4s. Yeah, I think I just need to mulligan hands that have turn 1 or turn that don't have turn 1 or turn 2 plays. Yeah, if they have a land. Well, I guess they don't need a land to do this. Wonder if they'll wait to down tick until they have more creatures in play. Yeah, makes sense.
Now do you see the benefits of peace?
Hey, Cheetos, thanks for the biddies. Do you know what the release date is for Psychonauts 2? BT dubs? I am aware that that one is coming out, but I'm not sure offhand when exactly it hits. Definitely one I am interested in playing, though. It drops the 25th. Alright. That sounds good. We'll probably start it the week after release because the Jumpstart Historic Horizons releases on the 26th. So we're going to be doing a little bit extra Magic, a little bit less variety when that happens. Man, I think we're just dead again. It definitely feels like we're just too slow to catch back up when I don't have any early plays. Just like cast to attack, just like runs in like an idiot. I guess I get to draw a card either way at least. So we've got that going for us. Oh, I could have waited to play my land because this could have been untapped next turn. It's definitely a mistake. I didn't realize we were drawing a card. I didn't think about this forcing the block. It's a cute interaction between those two. Oh god, this just comes in as a 4/5. Alright. Alright, we'll call it a day. Alright, let's mulligan a touch more aggressively here. Ganti, eh? Hardened Scales is still good at 3 mana. And this is one of those hands we talk about. It just doesn't do anything. I guess Bolt counts as early interaction, so we'll keep this. We still want a whole lot of do nothing, so we got that going for us. That sweet, sweet 1 mana for 3 tempo play. Right on time, Llanowar Elves. Welcome to the party. Well, you can't have Zenith Flare as your commander, so I'm not quite sure how you would propose getting to the Zenith Flare. You should shifting Ceratops and then Brawl. Hard pass. It's quite the polarizing card our opponent has. Why have both basic and snow lands? Because we're playing Field of the Dead. Nah, it's a very reasonable question, Slipstream. We need snow for things like Blizzard Brawl, but we want some other ones for that field that can be on consistently. We get to hit them for a large chunk next turn because they chose to attack with Phyrexian Obliterator, so we've got that going for us. Like, I get to go land, give Ceratops haste, Blizzard Brawl. Yeah, if they got you into a fight spell, we're just like, big dead to this Obliterator. Come on, do it. End my career. No, they don't have a 6th land yet. They're getting back a Death Toucher out of the bin next turn with Eldest Reborn. I guess they could be getting back my Thragtusk too. This gets from either graveyard. It's not Conqueror's Death. Okay, I mean, that's a decent pull. So we can Neyith that in the air and maybe apply some pressure that way. They are likely going up to 19 on the back of our Thragtusk here, but it is what it is. Oh, if they have a removal spell, they could end step kill the Phoenix and then Eldest Reborn it back? Hey, what's going on, Avian? Thank you for the 17 months. Yeah, probably gonna do... Depending on how long this one takes, we'll probably do one more, and then we'll shift over to Unite. The bottom left corner of the map and the stairs look like a pool ladder into a hot tub of the void. It does kind of with the exile zone swirling there. Come on, opponent, just play the fight spell if you took it. Now, the good news is this egg doesn't sacrifice if we don't have a Phoenix to target. So, if we can draw a fight spell and kill the Rekindling Phoenix, it'll go back to our graveyard, and then we get to return it to play. So we do have an okay sequence here if we're a little bit fortunate. Need to cross our fingers that Gonti doesn't get us again here, though. They missed on a fight spell the first time. Our deck's got a lot of those. Okay, chat. Okay. What if I make this 14 and attack with everything? And, like, leave Elf up to give this trample? Is this lethal? I think it's close to lethal. Let's find out. We're not winning as if the game goes long, so... Smash. Because the Midnight Reaper is going to deal 1 to them a bunch, right? So they'll take 9, 10, 11, 12. Sick. What a close game. I'm really impressed that we were able to power through the Obliterator here. Just kind of go wide a little bit and then punch over the top of it. Nice. Good fight spell peel off the top for us there, obviously. That deck was sweet. I feel like... Let's pull this one up and look at it real quick here. I feel like I want... So the curve of this deck is a little deceiving. And what I mean by that is, I think we need plays to make before turn 3 most games. And if you look, there's a lot of cards here that are cost 2 mana or less. But let's pull out the cards that cost 2 mana or less that I'm not playing on turn 1 or turn 2 or don't impact the board. So I look at this, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11 cards here. And the odds, what are the odds? Let's do the math. Let's pull up the hyper geometric. So with 100 cards, or 99 cards, 11 meaningful plays before turn 3. We have 14 looks. So the odds of having one of our 11 cards in our opening hand taking our free mulligan that's cheaper is 83%, which is pretty low, right? It means 1 in 20 games we're going to need to go to at least 6. If we go to 6 looking for that, we're 94%, which is pretty decent. That being said, what if we got this to even just like 15, like 4 more cheap cards? 4 more cheap cards would make it so we go from 83 to 92%. If we go, what do we go with 7 more cheap cards? 95%. I think that's probably about the metric I'd want to hit. And if we look at going to 6, we're 99%. So I think this is probably the change I would make. I would want to try and get like 6 to 7 more cards that are meaningful, proactive plays on turn 1 and 2 into this deck. So that way, there's probably a lot of good options. I see people in chat shouting out card names. I'm not going to look at all of them now, but I would pull the curve down a smidge and make sure, yeah, more ramp dorks sound great. Our commander costs 4, so playing more cards and the 2 mana slot that give you extra mana sounds like a reasonable thing to be doing. But at a minimum, I think I would want somewhere between like 16 to 18 cards that we proactively play on the first or second turn of the game, because it felt important to be able to do that in most of the matchups. If you're not familiar with this mathematical calculation I just did, This is a YouTube video explaining how to use this calculator and how it works. It's a statistical distribution model. Yeah, there's a Once Upon a Time, but Once Upon a Time doesn't really count as a early proactive card, because unless you have enough, like, cheap creatures for it to consistently, yeah. So, like, it's here, and it's good, and you should play Once Upon a Time, but it doesn't really count for filling out your curve like this, because it's not a play that you actually make that's proactive in the early turns. Alright, let's unite some Pokemon.